Alright folks, how's it going? Your name's Deathy and welcome back to another episode of BattleTech Season 2 modded with Flashpoint. How is everybody doing today? Right, so we got some of you guys in. So before I show you who we have, don't know if you noticed in the top left hand corner, we've got ourselves a new emblem and a new name. Duck Dodgers. I think it was quite fitting, to be extremely honest with you. So, Duck Dodgers being a reference to that spin-off cartoon with Daffy Duck. I'll put a clip somewhere so you know exactly what I'm on about.
Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century!
Right, okay, so we're going to go down the list now because I want to take a couple of minutes explaining a few things, explain what the game plan is for now. And then we will do our first contract, official contract of the game. Right, so first of all, I'm going to the Mechwarriors. So we have
What's up, boss?
Tanya Ace the Gurichav? I think it's called. I've not watched the anime. I know what the character is, but that last name I cannot pronounce. So yeah, so this is Tanyan's character. Pretty cool. Okay, so we have me, obviously. We have Dave, Naz, Nazaro. We've got Naz in this. We have Nixon.
Commander.
And we have Dr. Nightstream. Doc, if you are happy with your character, let me know. If you want anything changing, just let me know in Discord. So, right now, we have 5 characters. So, we will change pilots around every contract. So, there's still another few names I need to throw in. But I will get round to that because when you go to the hiring hall, you pretty much have X amount of people, and I pretty much bought all the available pilots in this system to replace for you guys. Right, okay, so let's talk about each character's progression.
Good to go.
So, Ace. I am planning Ace to be my skirmisher pilot. So, to achieve that, it's going to be gunnery primary and piloted secondary. This means that this pilot will be organizing high mobility mechs in the medium weight bracket mainly. We're going to be using jump jets, we're going to be using long range weaponry, and basically Ace is going to be piloting around the flanks of the main line and engaging 1 or 2 enemies and potentially killing them in one go, or if that mech is getting too much trouble, then we can bail her out and pretty well. Myself, I'm going down the gunnery and guts route. So basically, I'm going to be frontline fire support to some degree. So basically, high accuracy, but also at the same time, we're going to be taking a lot of damage for you lot. So that should be okay. Now, I do have points because I'm the commander, and commander always gets the higher points. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go multi-target. So we're going to go multi-target, which is fire weapon up to 3 separate targets with Mech's current firing arc. And also, we get a 12.5 base weapon hit. And I'm going to up the health a little bit. And I'm just going to basically just up the rest of my skills just a little bit. So, from this level up, if you will, we get 12.5 base weapon hit. That's across all weapons. We get 7.5 base melee hit, but we're not going to be meleeing. And we have 1 health for injuries or that random head hit. So let's confirm that.
Training complete.
So, as you see, because we're taking our first ability, we get specialization gunner. Adept to use of ranged weapon in combat and able to lock multiple opponents at once via multi-target. So the way this works is, once you picked your second ability from any of the other trees, what happens is it locks you out of the 2 other ability trees. So if I take Bulwark here, this one here, I'll go over that when we get it. That means I cannot get any of the abilities. This one, or this one from the piloting tree, or this one or that one from the taxis tree. And then, once I get my gunnery and my guts up to one of these, I will then have a choice between this one or this one, and then if I pick one, the other one will be locked to it as well, and then that will give me the specialization between the 2 trees. In this case, I want to be a Lancer. So for Ace, because I mentioned she's going to be my skirmisher pilot, we're looking at getting multi-target, breaching shot, and sure footing. So yeah, I basically just put most of the points into gunnery, some of the points into piloting, and then we'll bring guts and tactics up on the occasional level up. So high accuracy for high damage output, but as well as being mobile enough to basically draw some of the enemies away from the main fight. Pardon me. So with Deathy as well, high accuracy, so we can get most of our weapons on hit, and then got to either aid in defense or to aid with ballistics or whatever.
Orders.
Naz has specifically told me he wants to be a missile boat user, so that requires a lot of LRMs, long range missiles. So to achieve this, we're gonna have to put most of the points into tactics, because with tactics, not only does it decrease the minimum range, and I told you in the last episode that weapons have minimum range, so it means we can use missiles at close, but also one of the major abilities of the tactics tree is indirect fire penalties reductions. So it means that some of our missiles will actually hit more, rather than getting that debuff from firing indirect, if you will. So that's the arced line of sight. So that's pretty cool. So right now, I've not decided which way he's going to go. He can either go down the Guts tree primary and then the Tactics tree secondary. This will give him the Sentinel specialization through Bulwark, Cooling Vent, and Sensor Lock. Basically, he can stay at the back, and because of his high guts, it also increases his heat threshold, so his mech isn't overheating all that much. So it means he can fire for longer. Or we can go down the Tactics tree and get Master Tactician, where it aids him by going first in battle in front of some other mechs, allowing him to use LRMs more effectively. I'll talk about that when we talk about the weapons in a second.
What? No.
We have Nixon here. No. Some viewers of the channel are also viewers from another channel that I watch and part of another community I'm part of. And the legend of Nixon will be carried over here. Because in that other community, in the games that she is a part of, she is a sure shot. She is an eagle-eyed elf. She is a sniper, Lady Death from upon far, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. For her, I'm taking her down the gunnery and the tactics tree to get her the sharpshooter specialization. Basically, she'll be piloting the long-range mechs that has long-range weapons, and basically through multi-target, breaching shot, and the high tactics tree, because in the tactics tree there's cold shot multipliers, which from, you know, the screen when you're firing on the mech, and you can choose what part of the mech you want to take out. Basically, there's bonuses here that increases the percentage chance of that shot hitting that specific component or specific part of the mech, and basically headshots for days. So yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. And Doc told me specifically he wants to be a melee pilot, sorry. So for this, I'm either going to be taking him down the piloting tree for high mobility and higher melee chance, or I can take him down the guts tree with piloting secondary to get stuff like bulwark, and as I say, no, that'd be a brawl specialization. I needed to be an outrider specialization. Right, okay, so yeah, I'm going to take him down the bulwark, the piloting tree primary, and the guts tree secondary. Doesn't need to shoot much. In tactics, I mean, yes, it could be a recon, which is sensor lock, master tactician, and piloting as well, because that will mean he'll act before. Actually, that might actually be better, because when he's moving, he can use sensor lock when he's not firing, because we're going to be using short range weaponry. Short range weaponry when he's outside of combat. Outside of melee combat, if you will. And with Master Tactician, he can actually go first in front of some other mechs. So that might be useful. I might do that. I'll think about it. Right, well anyway, that's our pilots for now. Like I said to the other people that's coming in, you guys will be coming in the next episode, because again, we've run out of pilots. So the next system we're going to will have some pilots in Ironhall, so we'll deal with that in the next episode. Because as you can see, we can only take so many pilots. In this case, it's only 8. Right, now, the mech bay. I do want to do some changes, actually. So, obviously, as you can see, we need to repair, not done anything as of yet. So, I thought this would be a good time to explain how the mech lab works. So, I went over this quite quickly in the last episode, but this time I'm going to go in more in depth. So, here is our blueprint board of how the mech is supposed to be. Now, we have each mech, each chassis will have a certain amount of tons you can work with. That goes from anything between putting weapons on, taking weapons off, as well as doing armor as well. So pretty much everything is customizable. It is advised to go max armor as much as you can. So the only way for us to do it for this Clint is by removing some of the weapons. As you can see, so by removing our weapons and stuff, we start getting tonnage up. And if we go max armor, as you can see, we have 4 tons to work with, nearly 5, sorry. So really, everything is everything's a balancing act. The hard points here tells you how many weapons they can use. Some have more ballistic than others, some have more energy than others, some have more missiles, some more have support hard points, for example, sorry. This little icon here is how many jump jets that person can wear, or can use, sorry. And up here is your statistics for your mech. Now, up here, we do have the Mech Lab overview, so I'll read this because this might actually do better than me. This tutorial will cover the basics of the Mech Lab functionality. You can dismiss it any time by pressing the back button. You can view this information at a time by pressing the question mark button at the top left of the screen. Mech at a glance. In the upper left of the screen, you can see an overview of your mech, including performance bars, the mech's tonnage, its weapon hardpoints, and its jump jets. As you make changes, you can refer to the yellow bars for a quick read of your battle mech's overall performance. Keep an eye on your mech's current tonnage in order to maximize combat efficientness. There is no advantage in fielding an underweight battle mech. Hardpoints. Most locations of the mech contain one or more weapon mounts called hardpoints. Hardpoints are designed for only one specific weapon type, but most mechs have locations that contain more than one hardpoint. Multiple hardpoints allow options and weapon types you can place in that location. There are 4 types of hardpoints: ballistic, energy, missile, and support. Ballistic weapons generate little heat but require ammo that can explode if hit in combat. Energy weapons require no ammo but generate large amounts of heat. Missile weapons require ammo and generate modern heat, but they can destabilize an enemy. Support weapons automatically fire after a melee attack, sorry. On the left of the screen is a list of all the weapons and equipment, components in your inventory. If a component cannot be equipped because the mech does not have associated hardpoint, it will be identified by diagonal stripes. You can view a component's basic information here. The quantity of each item is displayed in the upper left in your mouse over the entry to see additional information. Mech location. Each location in the battle mechs covered in armor that protects vital internal structure. If the location's orange internal structure number is reduced to 0, that location and all its components are destroyed, and the mech cannot be fielded. Armor is automatically replaced when you return to the ship from battle, but structure must always be manually repaired, which takes time and seatbelts. So yeah, time is money, basically. You can drag components on and off your mech to customize its loadout. Selecting the component in your inventory will highlight all valid hardpoints on this mech. And you add and remove components. Keep an eye on your mech's performance bars as well as its weight. You may also increase the amount of armor in each location. This increases the mech's weight and protects the structure from damage. While you're working weapons and components removed from your mech during a refit that are temporarily stored in the dismount window. Remounting components from your dismount window incurs no cost. Once you have reviewed and confirmed the refit, components remaining in the dismount window are returned to your normal inventory and the normal fees will apply. Across the top of the screen, there are helpful shortcuts for a few common tasks. Repair all repairs all the structural damage in the mech. Strip equip removes all weapons and equipment from a mech's chassis. Strip armor removes all the armor from a mech, while max armor distributes armor across the entire mech up to maximum tonnage. And I believe the way it works is, if you can't field your full armor, I believe it's your legs first that gets lesser armor, and then your arms, and then your torso. And then this one up here, I can't really remember what that is, but whatever. Okay, warning states. These alerts appear when the mech is not combat ready or suboptimally configured. Mouse over an alert to see more information about the issue. Red arrow means your mech will not be fieldable until the issue is resolved, while mechs with yellow warnings can still be fielded. So yeah. So basically, I'll just go over them soon. This is just an overview. When you finish refitting your mech, you can confirm or revert your changes. Reverting your refit will restore your mech to its previous state at no cost. Choosing confirm will bring up a work order detailing the cost and time to seatbelts complete your refit. Once you have reviewed and confirmed your work order, your battle mech's refit will appear in your timeline as an item your crew is working on. You can still cancel a refit in progress by opening the task manager. Talk to Yang for more information, and that's basically it. So yeah, so that covers up a lot of the stuff. But we're going to go over the nitty-gritty stuff now. So, in terms of the ballistic weapons, right? So, ballistic weapons, as it says, they field ammo, which you need. but the ammo will explode if it gets hit. A critical hit, that is. Basically, regardless of structural health and armor, if that ammo, gets a critical hit, that will destroy the component. So, as a rule of thumb, do not put your ammo in your center torso. If it gets a critical hit from the front or the back, that will cause an explosion in the center torso, and as we know, if the center torso gets destroyed, that's the mech destroyed. So yeah. Avoid it in the torsos, I would say, because here's the thing, I don't know if I mentioned this, but if a mech's torso gets destroyed, the right or the left arm of the corresponding torso will get destroyed as well, so that's another thing to watch out for as well. Legs are not too bad, and in all honesty, it's probably the safest place to put it, because if it does get destroyed, you fall on your ass, but you can still get back up, and you're still optimal in terms of combat. So yeah, there's that to worry about as well. Basically, in terms of the ACs, the lower the number, the higher the range, and the lower the damage, basically. And the higher the number, the higher the damage, the higher the caliber, but the lower the range. Same goes for lasers as well. Medium lasers, the 1-ton lasers. Sorry about that, I was just getting my train of thought back together. So when it comes to lasers, as it says, lasers generate a lot of heat. So basically, there are items that can combat this heatness as well, this heat rise. The fact is that they don't use ammo, which is pretty nice. And basically, it works in the same way as the autocannons, but in the opposite direction. Basically, medium lasers are kind of middle range, and then you've got large lasers that go up further, and you've got PPCs, which go to extreme ranges, if you will. So that's kind of like the opposite. Missile weapons, they fire X amount of missiles that the launcher has. So, for example, an LRM-10, a long-range missile 10, will fire 10 missiles. But the thing is about missiles, they will hit individual components. They have their own roles in terms of component location, and they have their own roles as in whether they're hitting or missing the target. So there's that. And support hard points, which we don't have any. Support weapons, sorry. There's 3 main ones. There's lasers, MGs, machine guns, and flamers. Lasers are your straight up damage dealing short range weapons. Machine guns, they're more crit seekers, if you will. They will actually target the components, and I believe they have a higher chance of destroying components compared to other weapons. And flamers, they will generate an enemy 10 heat for every hit, and that's individually. So you could stack 4 flamers up. If all 4 hits, that's plus 40 heat. So that's a really good disabler weapon. And the thing is about support weapons as well, support weapons ignore evasion. It's always near enough a base 80%. There's other factors such as terrain that can raise or lower this, but a good rule of thumb, it's always 80 to some degree. And also with support weapons as well, they get fired after melee as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's important about this. Right. So when it comes to builds, no. The different roles that you can have: snipers, fire supports, missile fire supports, close assaults, ranged assaults, scouts, skirmishers, strikers. There's fucking loads of these kind of roles that you can do, as well as loadouts. So let's take the Clint for example. The Clint is a sniper and a light brawler, right? So going off Yang's thing here, he's just talking about the actual weaponry and stuff. The sniper portion comes from using a single high pinpoint weapon. In this case, the AC5, which is pretty much the highest available tonnage for its weight class, really. So it's dealing 45 damage at very long range. The light brawler comes into effect because a brawler is a mech that will go closer into the fight and actually do a lot of short and mid-range fighting as well as punching. This is where the 2 backup medium lasers come into effect as well. So there's loads. So I'm kind of tempted to do a whole video talking about this mech lab and the different roles and different loadouts and stuff, but we'll explain as we go. So now comes the main refit. So I am not a huge fan of this, so I'm going to make it a bit better. So right now we've only got a limited amount of equipment. Of course we have ammo, AC2 ammo, AC5 and stuff. Equipment, we have the jump jets. This allows you to jump. Basically, every jump jet is 1 hex of movement. Jump jets can allow you to go vertical on top of hills, and basically for every jump chevron, it's 2 movement chevrons, if you know what I mean, in terms of evasion. We also have heat sinks. Heat sinks lower heat by turn. The way this works is pretty simple. You have your heat sinking, which is normally your Mech's eternal heat sinking. It's near enough 30, I believe, plus whatever you add on. Your alpha strike is the amount of heat being generated from all your weapons at the time. And you'll have your heat delta, which is near enough your, I think it's your heat sinking, no sorry, it's your alpha strike minus your heat sinking, and that tells you how much heat you're getting rid of near enough every turn or so. So really, the heat sinking is not too bad. So the rule of thumb is that just basically try and get near enough max heat efficiency you can, really. Like I said, it's all about customization, it's all about learning. I'm not the best guy to explain it, so I hope I'm explaining everything properly. In fact, I'm crap at explaining it, so I'm hoping I'm doing alright with this. So yeah, so if anything, it's just experimentation. For the most part, if you're a new player, the stock loadouts, in my opinion, are more than enough, but you just gotta watch out. It does make the game a little harder. So the rule of thumb is to always be max ammo and always have significant heating, if you will. Right, so enough dilly-dallying, let's talk about this Clint. So the Clint comes AC5 and 2 medium lasers. That's fine. Except I am going to move the AC5 ammo to the left foot. In fact, no, do you know what we are going to do? Let's remove the AC5 altogether. We'll remove the 2 medium lasers. The jump jets I'm okay with. We're going to max ammo. Instead, I'm going to make this guy to a laser bolt. So we're going to take 2 medium lasers back off the dismount tray. And instead, we're going to remove the jump jets. I don't want it to be jumping. I want to use this guy as a... I'm using this guy as a sniper. But I'm using him more as a laser bolt. And I'm going to put on this large laser. Like so. Or, alternatively, what we could do is we could get rid of these. And we could possibly put an AC2 in here with an AC2 ammo. We will have to strip down on armor by a bit, but at least this gives us a bit more long range, so we could use him as a sniper mech, which I'm actually half tempted to. I'm actually half tempted to use him as a sniper mech. But ultimately, the large laser, 2 medium lasers would actually be better in terms of armor. We're okay for heat sinking, because our alpha strike is 22, and because of the default 30 health, we are overheating. So, really, I would say this is alright, but really, 36 is pretty low, so yeah, the Clint is... So yeah, we're just going to go like this. We're just going to go large laser, and we're just going to throw in 2 medium lasers, and that's the build. Pretty much, and... Armored, and basically we'll just put on a couple of heat sinks, I think. Heat sink is just 1. Let's see, 32, 33 heat. Yeah. Large laser is 40 damage, range is long, also range is 300, max is 450. So yeah, so for the most part, we're making this to a laser bolt to some degree. I can't find any justification to use the AC5. Really. Just the armor was just too low. So yeah, we'll keep into the sniper and the light brawler role, but instead of relying on ammo, which is what, 15 shots, 15 alpha strikes, we'll use the large laser. It just seems better in my opinion. And don't forget to repair either, so okay. So we'll go with the Clint then. So yeah, so large laser. Large laser, 2 medium lasers. Alright, so let's talk about the Vapor Eagle. You'll let me. Come on. Okay, Vapor Eagle, Skirmisher and Cavalry. As I mentioned, the Skirmisher is a mech that relies on jump jets, relies on mobility. They will fight with 1 to 2 enemies. The Cavalry role pretty much takes the long-range nature of the Skirmisher and uses shorter-range weapons to get into the flanks or to behind with jump jets to deliver a lot of close-range alpha strikes and stuff. So, because we have long-range with light pulses and medium pulses, and the close range with the streaks and stuff, then there we go. So, anyway, with clan mechs, we have some different equipment we can use. We have double heat sinks, clan double heat sinks, which is -6 heat a turn, which is brilliant. We have medium pulse clans. 45. Believe they ignore. Okay, so they give an accuracy boost. Yeah. Large pulse. That's 60 damage. I could give that to the Clint if I wanted to. But I'm actually going to remove that because I'm going to give that to somebody else. In terms of this Vapor Eagle, I actually want it to be more up close. So what we are going to do is this. So we have an engine double heatsink here, minus 30 heat. So as you can see, our heat sinking is pretty decent. We are going to get rid of the machine guns because we don't need them. We don't want to go super close range, I'll tell you that now. But armor up. This gives us 3 tons to work with. Okay, we're going to move a medium pulse to the side. The thing is about arms as well, any weapons that's on the arms will get a +1 accuracy boost to their hit percentage, so that's something to remember as well. Okay, do I want to make this guy close range? Actually, no. No, I've got an idea, Alright, so we got this targeting computer, we got +2 accuracy direct fire, which is really nice. We're going to take that. We're going to get rid of the SRM 6s. Get rid of that. Do I want the jump jets? No, I don't think I need the jump jets because I want this guy to be my tank. I'm going to be piloting this, in fact. I want this guy to be more of a fire support. So we have 3 medium pulses. We have 9 tons. I'm going to take this LRM 10. And I'm going to take maybe 1 ton of ammo, 120 shots. That's 12 alpha strikes. Perfect. So yeah, climb double heatsink, we'll move to here. Let's see, we still have 3 tons remaining, so maybe I could throw something else on. I do have some more medium lasers. 225 altogether, it's not too bad. And then I think maybe just another couple of heat sinks and then a little bit of armor shred. Actually no, we don't even need to remove the armor from the legs. Instead we can just remove it from the back. We can go 50, 75, perfect. 50, 50, 75. 3 medium pulse clan, 2 medium lasers, an LR and 10, 1 ton of ammo. Yeah, that's fine. Boom.
Right.
Sweet.
I'll get it in the schedule.
Okay, this urban mech, I'm not too sure what to do with it, to be honest. But what I do want to do is, I do want to remove the medium laser. I do want to remove, actually no, because these guys, I was going to say remove 1 rocket launcher, but here's the thing, they're 1.5 tonnage each, which is pretty nice, actually. Actually, can I remove the jump jets? Let's have a look. No, we're still 30 over. Nah. What I wanted to do was, I wanted to put on a larger laser. Just give it a bit more punch than the medium laser. Unless I can get extended range medium lasers. Extended range medium lasers, the version of that has increased range and deals 15 more damage, so it's 40 instead of 25. I think it does have a little bit more heat, so that's something to remember. I think we'll leave it as such. I think we'll leave it as it is. And this urban mech here, the R90 as well, robust frame, that's fixed. PPC, oh, actually, we could put the large pulse on 50, 20 stability, 35 heat. This is 60. Okay, yeah, okay, let's remove that. Let's put the large pulse on. Armor up. Take a little bit away from the backs. So like 25. I'm gonna pump up the legs a little bit, maybe 50. And then maybe just lower the back a little bit more, 30. And then, well, let's see, maybe we could pump up the... No, I don't need this S laser, I don't need that. Don't need the S laser, alright. Let's put the arm up a little bit. Up the... And then up the legs, I think. Yeah, a little bit over. There. Okay, that's not too bad. So, get rid of the PPC, replacing it for the large pulse clan. 2 medium lasers. We'll keep the jump jets just for a bit of maneuverability and a bit of evasion. That'll be nice. I think overall, I think that's fine, isn't it? Yeah, we kind of made it a bit better. I'm not planning on going close quarters. The S laser is just a wasted ton, I guess. I mean, it's only 0.5, yeah, but I'm not going in close quarters. The majority of the fire will be coming from the large pulse laser, and the 2 medium lasers will be there for backup. Jump jet's fine. In fact, you know what, I'm going to move the heat sinks to the feet. Jump jets are okay. Could put another jump jet on, actually, make it 4 maybe. No, I like this. This is fine. We do have 3 support hard points we could use, so maybe once we get the extra movement from 15, we could make it into a closer range mech. There's options. There is options, but no, we're gonna go with this. Right. Okay. So we have our got our orders in. Let's have a look. So we're gonna go 7, 13, 21. So basically, as a rule of thumb, if you've got to manage tasks, always you have your quicker mechs at the top. It makes things so efficient because time's money in this game. It is. So in terms of the customization, I'll just do this for a second. As you can see, this is the emblem. The emblem is, if I can find it, it's right down at the bottom. Where is it? Where is it now? Shit, where is it? Where is this fucking emblem? Oh, great. Where is it now? I'm gonna be hunting high. There it is. It's here. There's the emblem right there. So yeah. Sorry, just want to check. Yep. Okay. Base cam's on, and here's the color scheme if you want to. Right. Okay. So now let's finally start now. So in terms of contracts, we have 2 different types of contracts. We have on-planet contracts and we have travel contracts. When we're traveling in this game, every jump that we make, let's just go to Star Map for example, every jump we make will cost money. So if we want to go to Alway for example, it's 30,000. 60,000 because we need to go from one planet to the next. So that's something to think about. However though, when we take a travel contract, our employer will cover all our travel fees, so it's completely free. So if you're planning on traveling, it's really important to do your refits on the move, so you're not wasting time. Because like I said, if you do not have enough to pay for the next month's finances, then that's game over. Seriously, it's game over. So always keep a good bit of money on your all hands. Okay, so negotiation. So I asked you guys this in the last episode, and I got some interesting answers. Basically, in terms of where we want to put the salvage. Now, of course, talking base game-wise, you know, outside of rules or anything, it's best to be dynamic with it. So if you can afford to go all salvage, you can. Or if you can't afford it and you need the money, just go all the way. Basically, my question for you guys was, which I should have been more clear and more lenient, not lenient, but layman on. Should I make myself suffer by going low? Or do you guys want to see a lot more stuff and let me go high? That's what I should have went. But I think, having to think about it, I think it's probably just be best if I go middle. Do you know what I mean? We'll get 8 pieces of randomized salvage anyway, so it's enough to progress through the game as well as being interesting, I guess. So we'll do that then. Right, so we're going to head to Bellefonte. We're doing a half-skull ambush convoy. Your objective is to engage and defeat a convoy of units before it can reach an escape region. The convoy will be defended by military units and will try to flee if engaged. Defeating any defending units is not required to complete the contract. You have different types of biomes as well. I mentioned this in the last episode. So Badlands. The Badlands biome is wind-scoured wasteland with little vegetation and little water. The streaming heat makes it more difficult to make mechs sink heat. Fields of crystalline mineral depots interfere with targeting systems, making it hard to shoot into them as well as shoot out of them. Is that going to speak tonight? And basically, this is your difficulty rating of the contract. A contract's difficulty rating indicates Darius's best guess at the overall difficulty of the contract. Based on the available intel and the details provided by the employer, the higher the difficulty rating of the contract, the more drop tonnage was recommended. So, as a rule of thumb, for every skull is X amount of tonnage that you'll be facing an allowance of 4, and that's including tanks as well as mechs. So, what I always found was, half skull is in the ballpark of 20 to 30 per mech. One skull is 35 to 40, 1.5 could be 40 to 45, and yada yada yada. So, you know, half skull to 1, you're talking lights, 1.5 to 2, light to mediums, 2.5 to 3, mediums, heavies, heavy, 3.5 to 4 is heavies and assaults, and 4 and above is near enough assaults. Of course, though, this is so dynamic, it could be anything. I mean, for example, on a 2 skull mission that I did in one of my off-screen contracts, 20-ton mech, 40-ton mech, 60 and 100. Yeah. Choice gallants, as I call them. Right, so anyway, let's finally start. Alright, faction representative, the planetary government. Where would you come? Oh, God, I can't. Give me a sec. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Right, okay, I took a drink. I've slowed down a little bit. Sorry about that. We heard you're a competent mercenary. We've been having some trouble lately, and if you could resolve it for us, we'll ensure you're paid well. If not, so be it. Right, okay, so let's I can't fucking speak tonight. We'll accept and we'll deploy. Yeah, I am. Honestly, I am so sorry. I really am. I just really can't speak tonight. So, anyway, as you can see, we're going to arrive at Bellathorn before our mechs are going to be ready. So, because our financial report, in terms of our expenses are low, we can afford the extra days being wasted to repair the Vapor Eagle before we start. Now, it's actually possible to go in with 3 mechs, the Clint and the 2 Urban mechs, but I'd rather go with a full lance if possible. Now, the way... Okay, so I'll talk about it in a second, but basically, as we progress through the timeline, we do get these little random events that happen. Now, most of these random events could either give you a positive outcome or a negative outcome, but for this one, it's just a neutral one. Okay, shakedown. You're on the Leopard's Bridge with Summary, Yang, and Darius for the daily staff briefing. Darius says, "We received 3 messages from the banks. Loan sharks," Summary cuts in. "From the people who are financing us," Darius continues. "We're considering rewriting the terms for loans, so it will be easier to seize the ship if we miss a payment. As usual, they're only doing this because they believe we can't fight in court. So we can either sweet talk the banks, ignore the messages, or educate the banks on the mistake. Basically, you do anything you want. We're going to educate the banks about their mistake." "I'll deal with it," you say. Later, you record a response. In it, you sternly remind your lien holders that as financial institutions operating on Detroit Free, they must abide by local contract law. You even cite the relevant sections of legal code from memory. Then you point out that, as you have kept records of all payments and correspondence concerning the loans, you will be able to demonstrate in court that their proposed revisions to your agreed upon terms would represent such a gross violation of law that you would undoubtedly be rewarded a second dropship at the bank's expense. Once the camera is off, Summary says, "There's no way to push you on this." "Too bad. I like to see loan sharks grovel. Your company is gaining the following terms: loan status fair. The company's credit is currently related as fair by the banks financing the Leopard, which should at least deter them from sending bounty hunters after you." So yeah, so that's just an example of like a positive or a negative outcome, if you will. So yeah. Bursty. I'm so sorry. We're right to Belfort, Commander. Ready to proceed with our current contract? Sure. Right. Oh, actually no, because the other 2 mechs ain't available yet, so we might as well just scan on ahead, really. So what I'll do is I'll make a cut until we get to the Vapor Eagle repair, and I will be with you in a second.
Go over financials whenever you are.
Alright, so basically we've hit our first financial report. So here you can get an estimation of operating costs. So this is from the banks, well, the bank loan payment, whatever. The your Mechs salary costs. So Nixon, 20,000 Nas, 70,000 Ace, 17,000 Splash, 17,000. So basically, Nix is costing us the most amount of money. Well, worth the pay, I'll tell you that. So when we click next, we have 5 different options we can do. We can go Spartan. We could lower the threshold for the next month by almost 100,000, but morale would go right down. Or we could go up to 300,000, double our cost, and we can get 2 morale from it. Personally, I don't see a reason why you should go down or up. The only reason why you want to is if, for example, you want to carry on your game and you're really, really low on funds for some reason. For the most part, you should never, ever, ever go beyond either one of these. If you want to get an extra morale point, then go ahead. If you are a bit low on money, just go down a little bit. But for the most part, it just makes sure you don't go down or above. It depends on your current situation, but it's a rule of thumb, go normal.
That work order you submitted is complete.
Right, okay, so we are done. So this is our Lance selection screen now. So we're gonna get the Vapor Eagle in, we're gonna get the Clinton, we'll get the R90, we'll get the Rocket Man. In fact, actually, now that I think about it, I want to rename that Rocket Irby. Yep, I'm gonna rename it. Let's see. Yep, we can. Oh, we can rename the name, but we can't rename the oh, boo, we can't rename the variant. What I was going to rename it was, I was going to rename it to UMLTJ. Brownie points if you know what I'm on about. Rubber Mech UMLTJ. Right, I'll get the Vapor Eagle, the R90, and the Rocket Irby. Let's get me onto the Vapor Eagle. Let's see, Clint. Clint. We'll get Nix on the Clint. Let's get Naz on the Rocket Irby, and we'll get Ace onto the Suburban Mech. So 1.5 versus 1 skull. Ambush convoy. Alright, let's go. Cool. So yeah, so basically the way it happens is we have a convoy of 4 tanks that we have to destroy. That's being escorted by 1, 2, possibly 3 mechs. So overall, we have 7 enemies on average to contend with. But we'll see who we have, because we could get fucking anybody. And there is 2 light mechs I do not want to run into straight away. That is a Mislinks C and a Jenna 2C A, I think it is. And if we run into them, I'll explain the dangers and stuff, really. Okay. Let me hide this. Terrorist strikes against our facilities has increased, and our intel says the local pirate organizations bankrolling the terrorists provided logistical support in the form of small arms, explosives, and medical supplies. We need you to intercept the pirate supply convoy and destroy it before it reaches the terrorists. Commander, this smells political, and that makes me nervous. I suggest we go in, take care of the convoy, and get out again without too many questions. There's a bonus from the locals if we clean up the enemy forces, but that's up to you. Yep. Because we're pretty much on optional, sorry. Pirate convoy is inbound, Commander. Let's find and intercept the vehicles before they escape the trap. Then we'll extract our destination location. Good luck, Commander. Oliveira out. Okay. Alright. So stop convoy from escaping. This is the denial zone. If one vehicle gets into the denial zone, I'm afraid that's a mission over as well. And there's an interception path. So basically, we just need to go straight forward. So let's get the VP go up first. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I meant to do something. Right, okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to just do a couple of options in the settings menu. Right, okay, so let's start moving up.
moving out.
Also, I just noticed the time as well, 45 minutes. Well, that's because I was fucking waffling. So, like I said, I told you that there might be hour episodes in this playthrough. Alright, so we got the convoy moving. Right, so basically, in terms of our positioning, we got high ground, we got forest we can deal with. Right, so for the most part, what I want to do is I want to take up positions here-ish, I think. Get definitely down here for a bit of close quarters, maybe, we'll see. Forward, Nixon.
I've got eyes on the target.
Where? Okay, must be down here, I think. Right. Nixon, where would be the best position for you? Go over here.
Advancing, I guess.
Okay, Ace, come up this way.
Position confirmed.
Nas, up this way.
Roger that.
Alright. Fucking big missile salvo on his arm. Christ. Alright, we should be coming into sensor range soon. If I can get the, if I can get Ace up here, and Nixon here, that'd be a nice crossfire here, actually. Right, definitely, actually, yeah, definitely you go forward, and let's see if we can get these guys in sensor range. Okay, here we go.
Enemy detected.
Alright, so we have the convoy here. Got Locust 1M, okay. 2 LRM5s and medium laser, okay. Alright, let's get you up here so we can get height
Moving to
advantage. Let's get you up this way ready, and Nas follow suit behind the Vapor Eagle. Okay. Doing alright, doing okay. Okay, we're in combat now. So, Locust is moving. Pretty weird. Okay, we're gonna reserve. We're gonna go let them act first, and then we can trigger our ambush in a second. Okay, so we got Galleon. Medium laser, 2 S lasers, that's fine. Okay, good. Vapor Eagles get attacked. So yeah, so max armor. 1,100 total. That's really, really good. Well, I mean, it's a 55 tonner. So basically that's why I want the Vapor Eagle to be more of a tank, and we have a... What the fuck? Wolverines! Yep. That's what I mean about being dynamic, because normally we wouldn't get a 55-ton mech in the first mission. We would not. God, oh fucking mighty me. Oh god, fucking Wolverine? Are you joking me? I know, in the first mission as well. Christ. Okay, so that's a striker, because I think... Oh yeah, it's a striker.
Damage minimal.
Any tanks that's in phase 2, as far as I'm aware, is a striker. So this could be another striker, I think. Yeah. Okay, good. And the firing indirect as well, so it should be having a indirect bouncy as well. Okay, this guy should be another striker, unless it's a fuck. What's that other phase 2 tank got? Nah, it's a striker. Alright. No worries then. Alright, basically this gives us free reign to do what we want now. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, Deafy, Small laser, element 5, 2 machine guns, and an AC5. Okay, 8T. Right, I'm going to melee the first tank, the Galleon, and we're going to go from this position. Basically, this lets us do double damage, so we're dealing 110 damage, which should be enough to take its front.
Physical attack.
So look,
Primary
perfect.
target damage.
And this will give us good evasion as well,
Enemy unit
for the most part.
Hey,
Okay, Nixon. Okay, so yeah, it was a what should we call it? Striker. Okay, so I think Nixon's going to keep up here. I do want to get evasion now, so let's get free evasion. Let's start working on to the 75 with a striker. Probably enough, so what we're going to do is we're going to move to this position.
Copy.
And we're going to use the large laser against the locust, I think. We have the height, we have the long range, we're in range, I think. No, we're long range, huh? So we are outside of optimal range, I guess. Alright, interesting. Right, well let's open fire anyway, 60%. And we got it, sweet. Right arm's destroyed. That's fine because locusts, they have paper armor. Paper armor
Yeah,
indeed.
Commander.
Okay, Ace, we're gonna jump. There we go. And let's use this large pulse if we can. Okay. 80. Now let's keep focusing on the locust. Let's keep
Target confirmed.
pinning it. Left leg destroyed. Brilliant. Now, what I want with Naz is I want to get Naz into position to use the rockets against the Wolverine if possible.
Standing by.
Obviously, he's all the way back here, so I'm not expecting much. So we'll keep spreading him up. It's going to take him a couple of turns, but we'll get in position and we can rain fire onto the Wolverine if we can. Okay, looks moving. That's another thing as well, when you destroy a leg, their movement gets severely crippled, so they won't gain that much evasion. It's pretty nice. My mouth is really dry tonight. Now, I am worried about the Wolverine if it does decide to melee the Vapor Eagle. I believe Wolverine's... I do believe Wolverine's melee is something along the lines of 70 or something, which is quite powerful at this point in the game. Okay, I'm going to move forward with the Mech. And we're going to put the 2 medium lasers onto the locust and see if we can finish it off if we can.
Locking in all weapons.
No need. Pulse was just enough. Alright, one down.
One less target.
Yes, Commander.
Naz, I don't think you're in position just yet, are you? Yes, you are. Oh, perfect. He is in cover, but he has got half armor from the shoddy debuff. I'm not going to take the face cam off, I'll read it. This unit has received little upkeep and resupply and carries only 50% of its normal armor, so this is going to be good. Oh, this is going to be good. Naz, open fire.
Firing all weapons.
Okay. Pretty much hit every single component, but proper made him unsteady, even though it's his turn, so there's no point in that. Yeah, he's coming in for melee, just gonna suck. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot he's got MGs and Nestle. Alright. So yeah, so the rocket launchers are just novelty stuff. They're just pretty much the things that you put on just to put up a bit of tonnage or whatever. But I wouldn't use them really. That's why once we get some missile weapons, we'll put some LRMs and stuff on there. Right, okay, so let's have a look, see here then. So, let's have a look. We could go full alpha into the striker. Okay. Right, well here's another example of one of these other abilities. Because we're over our steady threshold, we're going to use a morale ability called Vigilance. This will give us guard as well as entrench, so, you know, less damage and less stability damage, but it also removes any threshold damage you already have, on steady damage or whatever, sorry. And will also give us +1 initiation as well, so instead of phase 3, we're in phase 4, which is pretty nice. And what I want to do is I just want to keep carrying on meleeing these, tanks so they don't escape, because I don't want that. Okay, sweet.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Now, in terms of our back... Oh yeah, Nixon, sorry.
Here.
I forgot Nixon's medium mech. Okay, 65, 60, 70. Yeah, there's nothing much we could do with a large and 2 mediums, actually. Actually, that's not too bad. In fact, depending on our luck, we might be able to take care of one of the legs and knock down the Wolverine if possible. Nope, because we missed with the large laser, 75%, and we missed with a 55% medium laser. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, no worries. No worries, no worries, no worries. Alright. So yeah, so we are going to take a bit of a sticking. It's just our right leg we got to watch out for. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. Not to mention, with the striker firing LRMs, I think we're in... I was going to say, I think we're in minimum range, so its accuracy is going to fucking downfall, if you will. Right, okay, let's keep million with the Vapor Eagle. Because again, I just want to focus on these tanks so they're not running away, because they're our paycheck at the end of the day.
Engaging physical attack.
Stop.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Okay, ace. Now,
Receiving you.
we are in a very good location to take out this Wolverine in the back, so hopefully we can do a back shot. Maybe we'll have to see. Okay, we're still okay in terms of heat. Anything? Nope. Great.
Critical hit, Commander.
Yep.
Got something you
Okay,
want done?
Naz, do you want to go in and attack from this side? Nope. Over this side. Yes. Hopefully we can take the leg down and knock him down.
Position confirmed.
See what we can do. Go on, smack that missile box right in its leg. Come on.
My weight into it.
Where did we hit? Shoulder? Really? And that's panic system in effect. Basically, because he's panicked, he failed the roll and he ejected out the mech. Again, this can work twofold. If one of our mechs gets brutally brutalized like that, there's a chance they can knock him out. And not to mention, though, the Wolverine was still in decent nick as well. So he could still operate, but no, so he just failed the roll. You eliminated guard units. Continue to clear the area. Let's get out this political entanglement quickly. Yep.
What now?
Okay, Nixon, you should be fine where you are, actually. 8-5 on fire. I'm missing of an 8-5. Christ. Oh, we've yet to see the legend in effect. Yeah, we've yet to see the legend in effect. Don't worry, Nixon. It's not you, it's me. It's my bad luck. Oh, the curse of death, honestly.
Armor's holding, Commander. Nothing to
I
see
know.
here.
We're alright now. We're all done. We are all done.
Firing on for your arc.
Yep.
What's up, boss?
Alright, Naz, do you wanna do the honors? Finish it off? And then let's call it deployment. Boom. Nice.
Found, Commander. I'll meet you at the LZ.
Yep, but because we already eliminated all the enemies on the field, we can just get out of here. Commander, the area's been cleared. Darius has given me the green light to land immediately. Hold position. Yep.
Mission successful.
Yep, a successful mission. Cool. So, let's see what the salvage table would give us. I'm hoping... Getting enough, obviously, because of the 4 mech part assembly, we do have 3 parts of a Wolverine on for offer. So we'll have to see if we can run into that particular variant again. But basically, definitely Vapor Eagle, 3 tanks, Ace in the Suburban Mech 1, and Naz got a an ejection and a tank kill, and we get alright, so we get 2 parts of the Wolverine. We get an SRM 6, get heat sink, jump jet, LRM ammo, and SRM ammo. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we could have got 3 pieces of the Wolverine, but we only got 2, but that's a great start. If we could run into another a 6T, and we can get another couple of parts, then we'll have full Wolverine. Would be brilliant. But yeah, we could have got an LRM-10. We could have got a special LRM-5, plus 25 crit damage, plus 1 stability damage with each missile, which is pretty nice. Medium laser, a bunch of MGs, Hess lasers, 2 SRM-6s. Yeah. It's not too bad. We're making work towards the 55 ton, and we can run into the same variant again. An SRM-6, that's nice. Heat sink. Okay. Not bad. So yeah, so pretty much that's how the salvage works. It's basically all randomized. So that's what I said about keeping it in the middle as its limit, because I don't want to get too many salvage parts straight away, if you know what I mean. But basically, we've got 2 Wolverine parts. That's nice. That's a pretty decent start actually. But I don't know when we'll run into another Wolverine again. And then again, there's 4 different Wolverine variants, so there's a chance we won't get the 6T to appear again. Right. So anyway, I think I'm gonna call it that. I'm going to try and aim for 2 missions an episode now, if possible. Again, the majority of the time was from the refit and from waiting and explaining shit and stuff. But hopefully this will be the last episode of me explaining stuff and we can just get forward starting. So yeah, so as a reminder, the rest of the people who's put names in, you guys will be appearing in the next episode or the one after. All depends. And yeah, so basically the end goal, what I want, we got 4 mechs at the minute. We can have a total of 6. Basically, oh no, base. There we go. Yeah, because we've got 6, and we can get up to 18 mechs altogether. Basically, what I want is I want to have 1 person per mech, just so that way we can switch people in and basically just have a jolly good old time. So yeah, so basically that is that's about it really. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. So next time we'll do another couple of contracts and we'll see what happens then. Apart from that, please leave a like in the episode if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new and you haven't already. Links down below if you're interested. And apart from that, you enjoy the rest of your awesome day, and I'll see you next time. Take care.